Okay, are you ready? It's happening. There's some things going on kind of behind the scenes now with interest rates, and it doesn't look like much yet, but man, it could happen fairly quickly, and your buyers and sellers need to start anticipating a move. So, what's been happening? So, inflation keeps dropping. We keep hearing that little by little, nothing significant, but just enough to make the Fed happy. Two, it's highly likely and almost a certainty that the Fed will make a rate cut in September. Their next meeting is in in August, and we won't see anything there, but September, watch out. We could see as much as a 50 basis points drop. Three, one thing that we don't talk much about at all anymore is adjustable rate mortgages. They've been pretty much a thing of the past, and they may become super attractive as the interest rate market comes back to normal. Why is that? There's a difference between yield curves, and the ARMs have not been very good because the 30-year fixed have been actually lower than ARMs. That could change here in the not too distant future. So this news certainly is not front and center. It's boring. We've got a presidential election with all sorts of storylines taking up the airways, and that's not going to change anytime soon. There's a lot happening in this world for sure. So it's only going to get worse. So one thing that I wanted to talk about is the lock-in effect. So how will that come into play? People just want to get on with their life. They're tired of being stuck in a home that's too small or too big or just doesn't fit their family needs anymore. But they're stuck. But they have tons of equity that they can move to another house, but they're afraid because the mortgage payment's going to be too high on the next house because of the mortgage rate. So assuming those that are, if you will, locked in can get within 1% of their current interest rate and use the huge equity gain that they have made on their current house to offset their new mortgage payment with a larger down payment, or potentially buy down, or potentially get an ARM. Here are some of the potential numbers of home buyers nationally this would, quote, unlock, according to MBS Highway, our trusted resource. Those guys are so good. Anyway, so here we go. If rates come down to 5.5%, this would unlock about 9.5 million homeowners. So this basically means buyers right now have a current interest rate of 4.5% or higher. So if they can get down to 5.5%, that's a lot of people that could potentially buy a new home. So if it gets down to 6 and an 8, which really is not that out of the realm right now, that would unlock 7.5 million home buyers. And it represents buyers with a current rate of 5.8% or higher. So, and then if it goes to 6 and 5/8, which we're almost there right now, that's about 5.5 million homeowners. And that represents those buyers with rates of 5.58 or higher. That's tough to say right now. Anyways, we're not that far away. And if you blink, you're going between now and November, we could be in a completely different market with multiple offers, rising prices again. And my point is this: educate your clients now as to what is likely coming in the not too distant future. It's impossible to time the market. However, real estate is long term, as we all know, and making calculated risks can pay mightily by understanding what's ahead. So getting your buyer educated on how buying a home now can truly benefit them long term and will help them grow their wealth. It's difficult for buyers to understand the financial numbers unless they can see them and truly understand them. So educate them. If you need some information from me, please feel free to reach out. As always, you can get to me directly, send your buyers to me directly, get pre-approved and educated so they make the right decision for them. You can also send them to my calendar link where I will go through a free CIA credit income asset analysis so they know exactly where they stand now and where they need to get to so they can get into a new home. So let's run their numbers. Have an awesome, awesome weekend, and we'll see you next week. This is Gaylord out. Bye-bye.